It's so wet. Oh, maybe. And then on, oh, I'm so scared. What's up, gamers? I have some exciting news. With my first injection of that sweet, sweet YouTube income, I bought a new car. Inside the sweet puppy, we got a 1.4 litre, 4 cylinders. That means it's fast. That means it's furious. We've got wheels with tread, and most of them have hubcaps. All the storage you could need and can be turned into affordable housing. But there's just one problem. As a Japper stuck in Wellington, I need to get away from these animals. We're looking at an 8-hour drive over 642 kilometers to get back to Auckland. Or we could do something a little different. And something is the second highest peak in the North Island, the stratovolcano Mount Taranaki. And while we're at it, we might as well add some extra stops. We've just come off of Transmission Gully, which means that we're no longer going to be able to bypass all the small towns and like cities along the way, which is going to be fun. So the first one up is Manukau. So there was a market near the gas station, so naturally we had to get a plant for the 2-day road trip. We've stopped in Wanganui just for like a quick stop. We need to get some warmer clothes because we're looking at about -11 degrees at the top of Mount Taranaki, which probably the coldest weather I've been in. And then we're also stopping at Castle Cliff to look at the local geography and geology, okay? All right, here at Castle Cliffs, we have some of the best and most intact climatic records over the past 2 million years. So if you look, you should be able to see like the distinct layers. During hotter periods, interglacials, the sea level will rise, and then during glacial periods, it'll lower. So you should be able to see just the distinct differences at each of the layers based on the sedimentation size and the differences in fossils. So we're gonna head to Waihi Beach. Ugh, it's so wet. And we're gonna try and look for mollusk fossils, but mainly what we're hoping to find, penguin fossils. Fuck, it's so wet. Castle Cliff was nice, but we came away with some pretty good hauls. We've got sandstone with a bit of quartz, and then cocaine. It's limestone with a bunch of shells in it. It looks pretty cool. But the biggest haul was actually this brand spanking new iPhone that we found on the beach. Gonna sell this one on Trade Me and make some money. Yahoo! I've been advised that being a good person increases retention, and I love money, so this is my returning iPhone challenge. Just making a quick stop in Patia. I would really like you to look up a song by Patia Māori Club. I can't play it because I'll get copyright striked, but like, it's good and it pretty much captures New Zealand pretty well. Now, I didn't record much usable audio. I wanna find me Some penguin fossils. Some penguin fossils.
But it was so much fun. We've never seen cliff faces like the ones here, and the grey mudstone at the bottom is brimming with fossils. When hunting, it's best to wait for low tide and make sure to avoid going for embedded ones or you'll get nowhere. My monkey brain really enjoyed seeing the different kinds of rocks and having a swing at them, with the occasional crack at a fossil.
So you really want to get underneath it, I think. It was already broken. I put no force on it. All right, number 2. Holy shit, it worked. Now, you don't want to pull on the fossil directly. I know that much at least. All right, I'm not gonna risk it breaking anymore, so ocean. At this point, I'm so hyped for not fucking this up, I'm gonna just sacrifice my shoes to seawater. Oh, baby. If we stop in New Plymouth, oh, that's not good. No, fuck! My shoes are wet for nothing. Oh, God damn it, no, that was so close! No!
Defeated, but happy, it was a wet trudge back to the car for the next leg of the trip, Cape Egmont. On our way there, we got our first glimpse of the mountain, which was currently being subjected to high winds, rainfall, and well below freezing temperatures. But most should clear for our ascent tomorrow. The lighthouse was gorgeous, and the view sobering. We weren't as west as the North Island goes, but it sure felt like it. Settling into camp, we took in the mountain, put up the tent, cooked our dehydrated dinner, and called it. I was as ready as I ever would be for one of the most challenging days of my life. So we just got up to the sound of rain. There's absolutely no light, and the tent is starting to leak very slowly. I'm not sure if you can see like the discoloration behind me, but this is going to be a very fun unpacking of the tent, and then hopefully we don't get wet before we start the hike, because the wind chill is going to be atrocious. Oh shit. It's so cold. Before getting onto the hike, I wanted to take this opportunity to mention my previous experience and how this stacks up to what we can expect. The hardest hike I've ever done was Te Aroha on a foggy day, so let's compare that to Taranaki. I want to assure you that I'm not underprepared. I have the gear, I'm reasonably fit, I have an experienced person with me, there's a multitude of people around, I can turn back at any point if I'm not feeling up to it. But being honest, as I walked up the first hills to Tahurangi Hut, the supposedly easy part, I was already doubting myself. So let's see how far up I can reach. Past the hut, The summit track changed from a road to a tight pathway with cliff faces and bad omens, but we slowly and steadily pushed through the opening volcanic rock. As I climb more stairs, let me tell you about Mount Taranaki. The mountain is young, and like most things in New Zealand, it has a tumultuous past. It formed approximately 135,000 years ago, with eruptions roughly every 90 years and major ones every half century. It is also overdue, with an annual probability of eruption at 1 to 1.3%. Despite the picturesque look it can have, the mountain has claimed the second most lives out of all others in the country, earning the moniker, the Deadly Beauty. At higher altitudes, exposure to the wind increased, dropping the temperature.
It's getting cold.
But after a pit stop to add more layers, we continued on. Up here, the larger rocks devolved into scree, increasing the difficulty as the ground now gave with every step. On top of this, cloud and wind struck hard, so we sought shelter to wait it out.
Found some cover behind a rock and we're eating peanut butter sandwiches. What if they touched?
The cloud clearing revealed the next section of our ascent, a slope of pure scree with people on all fours struggling to make their way up. Needing both hands, I ditched the camera and battled to the top. From here, we could see others struggling, and took a moment to catch our breath before continuing up. The scree finally broke into rocks and snow. A poisoned apple as better footing came with ever-dropping temperatures. After assessing our condition and progress at the Lizard, we faced another change in terrain to steeper ledges and near full snow cover. For most of this section, using one arm was untenable, but the increasing snow cover seemed to help footing, and the slowed pace with the ability to use my arms meant a good time up the northeastern face. Except the people ahead kept returning with grim news for the last stretch to the summit, with most turning back once sighting the ledges and facing the significantly worse wind. We talked to people with ice lodged in their hair, face, clothes, and one guy in shorts whose leg hair was covered. It didn't look good.
So only 150 meters if it picks up my voice at all because of the wind. We've been talking to multiple people and they say as soon as we go over the ridgeline, just up here, yeah, the wind hits you completely and like everyone who's come down has been covered in icicles. So I have to stay up. I'm just going to make it over the crater and then call it because I like not having icicles on my body.
Taking the last steps up to the edge of the crater, we quickly saw firsthand what we had been warned about. The sharp drop-offs with intense winds shattered my nerves entirely. So we are not going to be able to make it to the top. Like there's absolutely no way, like I'm actually so scared right now. There's absolutely no way we're going to make it to the top. The wind is atrocious. It's so bloody cold. We made it to 2,430 meters elevation. There we go. Oh shit. All right, I'm gonna hunker down and can I get a shot of the clear sky? Yeah. Like it's just nothing but void. And then, I'm so scared. On the way up here, there's just like cliff edges. Like it's genuinely like a sheer drop. Like I've had chunks of ice hit me. Bro, this is gonna instill a lifelong fear of cold. Like if we look down, like there's ice forming on the camera. There's probably ice on the lens. Like that's a metal bar that's like shaking. I'm shaking, everything's shaking. We made it to
Number 3, come here on a better day and beat us. I've got the pole shaking. I think I'm calling it. It's too cold and I'm scared. If I die, I made it to the top. Fuck you all.
It was initially slow going down as I struggled to regain my composure, but soon we set the pace towards the bottom until we hit the scorier slopes.
Yeah. Nothing puts you off someone more than watching them slip. Oh, shit. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. Oh, that one hit the right ankle. Ooh. Whoa. Ow, 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 ow. Ow. This is it. We're almost done. Oh, shit.
Battered and bruised, the necessary break brought on reflection, and the uptick in weather made once obscured points of interest visible.
That's the rock we had to hide under for warmth.
At this point, my legs really ached, but I was safe.
I never thought I would be so happy to see stairs.
And we could meander our way back to the car.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another review with your boy Alex. So we're just gonna review Mount Taranaki. My back hurts, my hip cramped when we're sitting down, and my knees are really sore. 10 hours all up, so worth it. Probably the most frightened I've been in a very long time, but it was just such a unique experience. Like, I've never done anything like that. I wholeheartedly recommend it. Be prepared. We saw people with like shirts and shorts going up late, and it's just like, what are you thinking? You're going to die. But yeah, lovely. See you all in Auckland. Oh, that's the shot. Oh shit, that's heavy.